I feel like, it's either you gonna smack their hand or the police gonna be beating their ass in the next couple of years.
Hi guys, welcome to Kenganda. My name is Janita Maya.
And I am Daddy Sims.
And this is
Say It With Chest. We're going to be reacting to some of the most outrageous things on the internet. So let's dive into today's video.
About spanking your kids, I just want to say that.
I don't spank my kids. My wife has friends to where, they raise their kids like white people raise their kids. They put them in timeout. But timeout is like locking the kid in the room by itself and just letting them fucking cry in there. Alone. That's like kind of neglect.
I don't spank my kids and nothing like that. It be sometimes I'll be like same way with you. I'll be like Imani. She be trying me too. But like if you feel like you gotta put your hands on your kids, you should take a break. You should take the break because you can always communicate and shit like that. Sometimes
you gotta pop that hand.
Yes. Sometimes I be wanting to pop that hand. My thing is like I saw something on Facebook and stuff, and they talk about like black people kind of like spank the kids and shit, especially in the States. I ain't talking about Germany, but my theory on spanking your kids, especially when you got black kids, mixed kids who are considered black in the world, I feel like it's either you gonna smack their hand or the police gonna be beating their ass in the next couple of years, and that's how I think about it. I think about it on that level.
Ooh, we're spanking children. This is a topic that is near and dear to my heart because I used to get tossed around like a basketball. Like my mom used to, it was like I was a golf ball just going back and forth. Like this girl would like.
I feel like every African child has a story. Give us your worst spanking story.
My worst spanking story was, okay, so you know how it is, African parents, they hit you with whatever's in front of them.
Right?
They hit you with a remote, with what. So this one fateful day, my younger sister happened to be in the middle of my mom and dad. And I swear to God, my mom swung that kid onto me. And that's when I knew I will be beaten with anything. Like this, she used my sister to beat me. What? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It was violence.
Listen, my most traumatic spanking experience. My mother, guys, my mom.
What did she do?
Love her.
What did she do? This is already
my
funny.
mom, she offered me food, and I think I was a brat because I was a last born for a while, and I was living my best life. So she gave me food, and it was very hot. So I think when I tested it, it was so hot. So I threw it at her.
Oh my God, John, why would you do that? I'm surprised you're still alive.
This woman,
what did she do?
I don't even know how she picked me up from that seat. Just turned me behind, and she hit me with what? Was it like a kettle cable?
A kettle cable?
Like those local, the big ones.
Yeah.
That's what she used.
Oh my God,
guys!
The one time.
That's what she used, and then listen, she didn't stop there. She got me and threw me in the store where there's like charcoal, and she locked the door.
Oh, so you got both the treatment,
the timeout and the spanking,
and the spanking.
She was just like, what?
Oh no. See,
I was really trying her. Me, I would go back and forth with my mom. So apparently, she told me a story that she'd try to hit me, and then I would also get something and say, I'll also hit you back.
What?
What? What? I was such a naughty child. I feel like that's why I am the way I am.
You were very
because
ballsy.
They beat the life out of
Christ.
me.
Jesus Christ.
Continue.
I feel like my one traumatic beating was the time I got hit and I had no idea what happened. Because what went down is, let me tell you what went down. Right?
Yeah.
So as a kid, your mom is going to tell you something like, push that cup of water a bit further away, otherwise you're gonna like spill it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I did not listen. Me for big hair like this.
Yeah.
Your word no fi enter my ear. Do you know what I mean? Like it's covered. I could not hear what sis said. So the water spills, and I swear to God, my mom was a ninja. In 0.2 seconds, she used the serving spoon from the soup and hit me with it in the face. I didn't know what I had no idea what happened. I could just feel my whole face be hot, and there was soup like flowing down my cheek. I was like,
shit.
What's going on? I look at my dad. My dad looks shocked, and that's when I realized I just got swung.
Man, be shocked. My dad would also be shocked to us.
My dad was like,
yeah.
I was like,
don't try an African mother.
Do not. African moms. But are you excited? You're going to get to be an African mom.
I'm like, you're talking about this motherhood, by the way.
I'm going to be an African mom too. But now the question
is,
excited? What kind of African mom are you
going
to be?
I feel like I want the man to be the one spanking them. I want to be the cool parent.
Really? I feel like you can be both.
No, let the man spank them. So like, your dad is coming. He's coming.
Oh, you want to play good mom?
Yeah.
What was it? Good cop, bad cop?
Yeah, I was like, daddy's coming. It's happening.
Oh,
but
my
I feel like, do you
days.
think spanking has in any way affected you
Yes.
on your
Yes.
young adulthood life?
So I would say the coolest thing about getting spanked was the fact
coolest?
that the rest of my friends were getting spanked. My siblings would get spanked, and I would laugh at them and watch. And that was the coolest thing. Like sitting down and having
Yeah,
a story,
it is,
having a
Simran.
story like this.
Yeah.
It's like I fit into the experience. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, so my mom used to hit me too. Maybe a bit differently from yours, but
Yeah.
I got the whole African child experience. Now the thing about it is, it created an environment for me as a child whereby I feel like if I mess up, I cannot go back home. I did not feel safe in my household. I never have, for the most part. It's created that distance between me and my parents to a point where I have to sort things out on my own if I feel like it's going to upset my parents.
Yeah.
Because I don't really have that relationship with them where I feel like if I've messed up, I can sit down, we can talk about it and find solutions.
Yeah.
I always know I'm going to get my ass whooped.
Yeah.
Do you
It's
get what I
happening.
mean?
Yeah.
It's happening. Like, they're not even going to try to listen to me explain what went down. It's more like, I'm just going to get a beating. And I used to get beaten up for the smallest things, breaking a cup, spilling a glass of water. My mom would beat me in advance just because she thought I was up to no good. Do you know
Right.
what I mean? Like, you
Yeah.
just get beat.
Like, before you do something,
Why do you have that
before you
face?
frustrate me, I'll first.
Exactly. Like, can you picture that?
Yeah,
Stuff
I
like
do
that.
understand. I do understand. But from what he's saying, I feel like, so now let's talk the different from what we've seen in the States and what we've seen in Africa. I feel like the parenting styles are definitely so different. I feel like people in the States are so lenient with their kids. And I'm sorry to say this, I feel like that's why most of the teenagers in the States are the way they are.
They're quite spoiled, I'm not gonna lie. We've seen so many videos
Yeah,
of
shootings.
How do
Sorry,
you-
not every teenager is a shooting,
that's
but
deep.
let's get there. You know, like them fights. Fights.
talking back.
You know,
Some
fights,
people call
you know,
their
the
moms the B word,
teenagers-
and I'm like, how can you do that?
Teenagers gather and they beat a kid, and like,
Yeah.
what?
Bullying.
Right? There's a lot of bullying. I'm sorry to also say this. There's a lot of teenage pregnancies. Not to say they don't happen in Africa, but like we're comparing the two. You know. But you see, I feel like that lack of spanking there has caused them to be that way, in a sense.
So you think spanking would rectify the problem?
Not really.
I don't see either.
It's a hit or miss. It could
Hit
rectify.
or miss. Sorry, that's so
You
dark.
need to stop. You know, it could help the child, but then it could also damage the child, because on one hand the child could maybe turn to a straighter path and, you know, change their ways and whatnot, and on the other hand you create a child who hates the parents and can't wait to leave home. You understand? Because let's talk about ourselves. For myself, I was the child who was spanked, and then I chose the straight path, and then there was another child in the family who was also spanked, and they just hated the home. You understand?
But that's the child that I am for the most part.
Because the other child who gets spanked, and then it's like, for them they see spanking as a lack of love. You understand? Or my parent doesn't love me because they hit me all the time.
Yeah, no, see, I knew I was loved by my parents because every time they would hit me, they'd make sure to tell me that I hit you
Yeah.
because I love you. And I'm
Right?
like,
I
I
think
love
that-
you too. I love you too.
Your tears running
Let's
down your
switch
face.
it up. You're like, Mom, I love you too. With like the belt, you're like, let me show
Yeah.
you how much I love you.
Can you name 5 items you were hit with, just as a fun moment?
God. Really?
Yeah, 5.
Serving spoon, my little sister,
Oh my god.
a shoe, a remote, and then my mom's favorite, her
Yeah.
hands. Like, she is definitely a woman of steel.
Wow.
I swear to God. There's this one time I think, okay, no, that's the story of my cousins.
Yeah.
So my cousins, his sister threw a knife at him.
Uh-huh.
Can you believe that? I don't know which one's worse, like mother-daughter
That's too
fight or
much.
like sibling fights.
You know, sibling fight is a whole other
Yeah.
episode, because that's a
That's
whole.
true.
Shout out to
We'll
my
get to
sister
that.
because she
We'll
whooped
get to
my
that.
ass.
Are you serious? You got beaten by
My
your
sister
sister?
beat me.
What? Me and my
That's
sister?
why I never fight, because I'll lose.
Oh my God. My sister and I always have this conversation where like, who do you think would win if
Yeah.
you and I decided to square up on each other?
Yeah.
I feel like it would be me, but
No.
like,
Listen,
listen, I'm not gonna lie, my
don't
sister
beat
kind of
me.
she's kind of crazy.
Small sisters are dangerous.
Really?
They are.
Mine's older.
Those tiny. No, yeah, the older
Uh-huh.
ones who are small.
Oh,
they are
wow.
dangerous.
Oh, like tiny in size.
Yes.
The midgets.
Small people are dangerous. Anyway, let me list down the things my mother used to hit me. The red umoja sandal.
Oh my God, that's the
Legendary
worst.
in an
Those
African
shoes
home.
are so bendable and
Oh
flexible.
my god, they will last for years.
Oh my days.
A mingling stick, a wooden mingling stick.
Yeah, cooking stick.
Do you know this? What
Been hit with
the
that.
pipe they used to water the grass and whatnot?
Uh-huh.
She cut a portion so that stick could never be damaged and
So
could never be anything.
in my house, we used to call it the holy blue stick because
That
you know
one.
those pipes only
They were
come in the
blue.
color blue.
They were
The
blue.
holy blue stick.
That one. Then she used a belt.
A belt. Okay.
Then a keto cable.
Oh my god! I don't.
You
think-
guys, I think people are watching this and they're like, we're traumatized.
I never
No.
got beaten with a belt much.
Yeah.
My parents were creative. They would use like hangers, anything that's in front of you. You're
My-
not gonna
my
find
mo-
a belt in front of
my
you most of
mom-
the times.
There's a time we came back late.
Yeah.
She waited for us to shower. You know when you've showered, as kids you're showering. It's an African home. You're showering in the compound.
Yeah.
It's wherever.
Just for
Yeah. She waited for us to come from there. No towel, no nothing. We're just fresh
Oh, no.
with water. She
Oh,
got
no.
that red umoja sandal.
Oh my god!
My God. Everyone got something. Guys, spanking kids, yeah. It's a hit or miss. You could spank your kid and then they decide to settle down, and then you could spank your kids and then they hate you for life.
Yeah.
But I believe in spanking.
Really? So
Kids these days. Continue.
for me, I don't think I would spank my kids.
Simran,
I would, yeah. I know it's crazy. It's freaking crazy.
Right.
But it also depends on the partner you end up with. So currently, my partner comes from a loving home where they would actually talk about stuff. It's crazy. They would actually talk about stuff.
What is talking?
I
What do
don't
you mean
know
talk?
what that is. It's so different. It's so different. But let
Yeah.
me tell you, Let me tell you, I had my foolproof plan. I was like, yo, you know what? When I'm a mom, I'm gonna give my kid a little, a little this
Yeah.
and that, But then, just being in a relationship with someone who's come from a completely different background where they actually talk about stuff and stuff like that, it's like a whole different world. Like you know how you can yell back at your parents sometimes, like when they're hitting you or when you're trying to like speak to them, you end up projecting your voice because you feel threatened and you're how dare you talk back to me, right?
Yeah.
When
And
you're
then when
in
you
a
don't talk back,
relationship with someone who is emotionally and mentally mature and they have gone through actually talking about your feelings and stuff,
Yeah.
if you start yelling at them and they're talking to you normal, you feel stupid as hell.
Yeah.
Like they actually show you how toxic of a background you've come from.
Yeah.
And they show you, no, we're not going to have that here. You talk to me when you're calmer or we're not going to talk at all. And seeing that and how gentle he is with me and how understanding and compassionate and caring he is with me, it makes me realize I don't want to deny my kid of that.
They
I
should
don't
have
want to deny
both.
them of that.
They should have both.
They
Should
should
have
have
been
the
in a public
spanking.
place and you see a kid doing the most, running around, throwing food, shouting. You'll be like, just give him.
But aren't there like other forms of discipline we can use though?
I feel like sometimes kids will try. They'll throw tantrums, throw food at you, roll on the ground, and cry and shout for everyone. Now that's a
But
kid
I
you
think
need
it
to
also
hit.
depends
No
on the
offense.
type of kid you're raising. If you raise a kid and you speak to them and you're like, see, you don't do this because it makes you look stupid, because it makes me look bad, because it's rude or whatever. If you have created an environment where your kid internalizes information and actually listens and not just hears it,
Yeah.
they might actually act different.
Yeah, I feel like it's so. At the end of the day, it's how you raise them.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes kids will take on the genes of like that stubborn parent, and then the gene just happens to be in them, and then they end up being stubborn. And it's like, my God, it's like the one person, like one parent is fighting their own personality.
Oh my God.
Do you
that
understand?
is so
It's like
true.
they're going back and forth. The woman is like,
Yeah.
oh my God, you're just like me when I was a kid.
And
But
it's
you need
like,
to
I was
let that
so
shit
annoying
go.
as a child. Like literally
Listen,
so annoying.
I used to lock. I used to lock myself in the car because I didn't want to go to school. So I would wait for my uncle to get out, and then
Oh
he's
my
coming to open my door.
God.
Then I knew what to do with the lock.
What is wrong with you?
My uncle would be begging me.
Poor man. So you seem like you've got this whole mother thing
Listen,
unlocking.
My mother was like,
Beat
I
the
will
kids.
discipline you. I'll discipline you. You will get back into shame. And she did just that.
Yeah.
I'm thankful to her. I'm thankful for the spanking. Honestly, I'm grateful I was spanked as a child. You know,
Now-
although it won't happen to my kids 100%, but at 40%, they'll
Yeah.
be spanking.
We'll leave room
You
for
don't want
it
to be
there.
stupid out there, Asham, embarrassing me in public.
I think I'd just let the kid be a kid, but if they over on their childishness, then
Do something.
yeah. But going back to this video, just to wrap it up real quick. So he said something at the end that completely stood out to me,
Yeah.
and he said something along the lines of. Either you pop your hand on that kid or the police will be beating up their ass
In the future.
Now, in a place like America, where there is so much segregation towards the black community and there's a lot of stereotypes, like black people are criminals and it's put in stone. You know, like you can see a nice black guy with glasses and a beanie and he's like a major nerd, but somehow, somewhere, if he just does this, someone's going to be like, oh my God, Do you get what I mean? I'm threatened and all that rubbish nonsense. So in a place like that, you do definitely have to. You have like, there's no messing up on this. If you love your child, there's a certain amount of discipline that needs to be put in your child. I'm not saying beat your child, but I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a certain amount of violence that has to be put on this child, in a sense that if you're not beating up your child, you need to actually get very graphical and explain to them what will happen to you if you are caught shoplifting.
Yeah.
Because you won't have time. Literally, you will steal one candy bar as a joke as a kid and you will lose your life for it. So there's a certain amount of graphicalness. I feel like as a parent in the United States, if I was in the United States and I had a kid, you know, and with the partner I'm with right now, my kid would definitely be a black child. I would have to sit down with my kid and be as graphical as possible, even show them a video. This is what happens to black people in this place. This is what happens to us.
Black kids.
You cannot mess up. There is no time to mess up, because if you do one very small thing, you're dead.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I do understand his point on, you know, the police brutality and everything.
Yeah, because if you don't, even if you don't discipline your child, it's that the world will discipline them for you, not even the police itself. Because if you don't teach your child discipline, if you don't teach your child basic manners, they're going to go into the world and, you know, they will be forced to learn certain things that they could have learned from you as a parent. But I think you need to give them both. You know, spank them and talk
give
to them.
some love.
Yeah, I think it's important to talk to a child after you spank them. Every time my mother spanked me, she would talk to me afterwards. Give me chocolate. Give me my favorite movie.
No, that was a bribe, honey.
Right?
And you fell for it.
I felt good afterwards. I would cry my heart out and then come back to her like, oh, thank you, bestie. Thank you.
I feel like every time my mom beat me, the first thing I'd do is like go to my room, shut the door.
Yeah.
Lightly. You don't want to bang it, because if you
Right.
bang it, she's gonna
It's
turn
another
it around.
issue. Yeah.
Then you turn at the door and you're like,
Yeah.
and then you're like,
You bite.
exactly. And then you start crying for a little bit.
Yeah.
You even forget what you're crying about.
Do you know what's so
then-
funny? My younger brother has never been hit.
Parents become so chilled out when you become older. What is that?
Let's talk about it. They're so soft on these young people. Sorry,
Wow.
on this generation, on this young generation. They're so soft on them.
Guys.
What is that?
And that's why this
Never been
generation
touched.
is the most woke. Like the generation that's coming after us, they're gonna be the most woke people ever, and not even woke in the good way. They're gonna be like woke on the oversided, like the exaggerated
But I feel
side.
because I feel like that not sparking them as
because you're giving them too much liberty.
yes,
Too much liberty. It's a lot.
My young brother was out there fighting for human rights at school in a strike, and I'm like, what? Do you know the father that you have? Why are you joining a strike? No, I have to speak up for my. I'm like, no,
My
you
youngest
don't
sister,
have to speak up for anyone.
my youngest sister
I'm
doesn't
sorry,
want
in a strike. You'll die.
She doesn't want to be an athlete. She doesn't want to be much. She wanted to be a TikTok famous person.
Yes, that's.
Just swipe you. And
Yeah,
set
it's
you
definitely
straight.
a different thing. I feel like, but I don't know. I feel like when parents grow older, they become softer.
Yeah, they become chilled
they-
out.
they-
It's
they-
now
they
the
put all that
responsibility of
energy
the
in you.
firstborn
Yeah.
child to raise the younger ones.
Yeah, definitely.
Come on now. In conclusion, thus hence therefore, we
In support of beating
we might
the
get cancelled for this.
No, just a
but-
little spanking. Don't kill the child. Just spank them. Just something small. Don't.
Wow.
But the parents who
Kitu
do,
kidogo.
the parents who go overboard. There's a video circulating online. This woman flung the child against the glass door. That was too much. Yeah, don't exaggerate hitting your kids.
Yeah.
You know?
No, don't
Yeah.
do that. I personally would opt for do not hit your kid. Absolutely don't. But like this guy said, either you pop the hand or someone else gonna do it.
Spare the rod, spoil the child. If you spare the rod, you spoil the child. Okay, now that you don't want to hit them, you're spoiling the child. You know? That's what they'll tell us. I knew all those quotes.
Or chape a little bit.
Yeah.
But anyways, guys, if you guys are looking forward to beating something, please make sure
my
that you
God.
smash that subscribe button. Smash it really hard. And if you're still feeling very, very violent, then you
my
can leave a
God.
thumbs up to kind of calm yourself down. Yeah. If you're feeling very, very pissed off, then why not drop us a comment and let us know how you feel about this?
Give yourself.
Exactly.
wrong with you?
And if you're feeling very aggressive, then go follow us on all our social media platforms at Kenganda Nation.
You're just up there and
Yeah. I'm sending mixed signals, but please do subscribe. We'll see you guys next time on this show. Do not go anywhere.
Bye.